Well, let's talk about your new man first up. You were confident you would be able to get an additional body in, and you're pleased then with who you got.
Yeah, Lorent Tolaj from Brighton. He's a 20-year-old Swiss youth international. He's played in the 23s a lot this year, scoring goals in the 23s. He's had some good options this window in England and abroad, and he really wants to challenge himself now at senior football. He really wants to challenge himself at our level. So yeah, we're pleased to sign him. I think our relationship with Brighton's a good one off the back of Jensen being in with us, so that helps. And he's got some qualities that we're missing with Joey being out of the team at the moment. He's a strong player. He can play with his back to goal. He's a real aggressive, hard worker. So we're looking forward to adding him to us in training today and hopefully throughout this week, and hoping that it can be good for both of us, in terms of us continuing the good form that we're in and him helping us. And then secondly, for him and his development, it's the next step that he needs. He's got a real hunger to prove himself at the level. So I think that goes in our favour as well. And yeah, we've been watching him quite a bit this month, really. Ben's done lots of work on him, Strang, and he's managed to get that one sorted. So we're really pleased to have him and looking forward to working with him.
Yeah, another benefit really of having a squad where everybody is close to first team action, in that when you want to bring a player in, presumably it's a big boost when you can say to someone, you'll be getting some game time and you'll be a big part of what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always a consideration when you're looking at loan players in any window, really. Obviously, from their perspective, they're coming out to play games. And then from the club's perspective, the parent club's point of view, they want their player playing. So you can't just add players to add numbers if they're not going to be, not guaranteed games, but have opportunities to play. So in Lorent's case, he's come in knowing that we've got what we've got in terms of the size of the squad, in terms of the number of games that we've got. He knows that he'll get lots of opportunities in the remaining games that we have in the season, in the cup and in the league, and hopefully that's a really good opportunity, and it works well for him as it has done for Jensen so far. So yeah, we're pleased with that. But it's the area that I think we've needed to add, particularly with Joe being out now. So we're looking forward to seeing what he can contribute and how he can help us.
Overall, it's been a relatively serene, quiet January window for you, which I guess is exactly how you want it, because you've spoken before about the difficulties of doing business at this time. So actually, if you can get through it with relatively little going on, that's spot on, really.
Yeah, I think we knew we needed to do something at centre back. Sam Sherring's made a good start. Obviously didn't play at the weekend, but played in 3 wins prior to that. And he'll have a big part to play between now and the end of the season. And adding Lorent, it just gives us the extra number that we need there. Liam O'Neill will be back involved this week. Jensen's not far away from joining the group in training. So hopefully a few of the others, Shiloh will be back soon, Lloydie will be back soon, Greg's training regularly now with the team. So we're not far away from having good numbers. I think that the most stretched we're going to be is this next fortnight. The number of games that we've got off the back of a really busy month. No one's played more games League and Cup than us so far in 2022, and we've probably done it with the fewest number of players. So that makes our results even more impressive. And we know that the next couple of weeks will be tough for us because of the players we've got available, but it would be the wrong thing to do to sign some players to get us through the next fortnight when we've got good players here ourselves and some good young players that can contribute if needed in that period of time. And then once we get everybody back and available, we'll be in a strong position to attack the last third of the season.
Yeah, talking of the team news ahead of Bolton, presumably given the condition of the pitch and the weather conditions as well from Saturday, a few tired legs coming into this one.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. And just off the back of the month that we've had, really. But at the same time, players do want to play. I mean, it is a monster 7 days of go north, come home, repeat. And the supporters that have done it have been magnificent. And I'm sure a few of them will make the hat trick tomorrow night, which is very impressive. But yeah, from the players' point of view, I mean, that was a challenging one on Saturday. It was awful. But I think it's just reflective this time of year. I spoke to so many managers, coaches over the weekend. I listened to so many interviews and read so many match reports. And nearly everyone, wherever you were in the country, said the game was ruined by the wind. So there was a weekend of storms and it impacts the game. So yeah, not many classics to have watched this weekend, I'm sure, as was one of them. But it's a brilliant result and a really pleasing end to the month. To play 8 games and not be beaten in 90 minutes in all of those in quick succession is outstanding for us. And we go to Bolton tomorrow for what we know will be a really challenging, tough game. But we go there we couldn't go there in better form. We could go there in perhaps better health with a few more available, but we are where we are, and we know what we get out of our team. And we'll need to be at our best tomorrow to get something from the game.
Let's talk about Bolton then. What have they done over the past 3 games to turn things around? Because clearly the result on Saturday, an eye-catching one, it's been a good couple of weeks for them.
Yeah, well, in a funny way, Januaries have been pivotal months for both of us in the last 2 years. I think you look at Januaries for us over the last 2 years, and we've been exceptional in terms of results, and very consistent with team selection. And January for them, both seasons, has been a transformational month in terms of their squad. Some real senior players have left in recent weeks. You know, Sarcevic and Doyle have left the club, and 1 or 2 others in the background have moved away. And they've invested heavily, but reinvested some of that money as well, and signed some excellent players. I think the strength of their team and squad at the minute is very good. The expectation internally, I'm sure, is to do what happened last year and go on a run of winning games. They've done 3 on the bounce like we did last week. And they'll be looking to continue that and push for a late playoff push, because that's what's the expectation in their club and their team and the fan base. And that's kind of the pressure that they're under with the quality they've got and the investment that they make. But they're good. They're very good at what they do. We've known that from last year. I think we've seen it plenty of times this year. We had a good game with them at our place earlier in the season. And they certainly come in it off the back of an incredible result and performance at the weekend. So I'm sure they'll be full of confidence and looking to back that up with another strong performance themselves.
Yeah, they've switched to a back 3, and over a lengthy period of time, they've had quite a defined style of play. Have they looked to adapt that at all with the new players coming in?
Well, I think they've got some very good footballers and some good athletes. So the way in which Ian Evatt likes to play is a possession-based style where they do dominate the ball. That hasn't changed. I think there's been a little bit more directness in their play when they play with the front 2. Players like Afolayan and Charles give them the threat to go from back to front a little bit quicker at times, whether that's from the goalkeeper or in the build-up play. So they've probably got a bit more of a varied style to the game, but they can do a little bit of everything. So that will challenge us in lots of ways. But it's a system we've played lots against, and we'll have to make sure we're at our best out of possession as always, because of the threat that they carry and the weight of pressure that they can build with the ball. But we also know that we can do that well, and we also know that we've got our own attacking threats ourselves, and looking forward to seeing what impact Lorent can have tomorrow night, what impact some of the other boys can have, and whether, you know, James Brophy's playing brilliantly at the moment. He's been a real good threat for us, and we need to continue to see that build. Nibsy's had good games at the moment. Jack Lancaster's offering bits to the game. Adam May's having a brilliant run at the moment, and we're looking to see the improvement in all of those areas. You know, even Diggers, Diggers has been outstanding without the ball, but his use of the ball in recent weeks, look at his goal at Rotherham, and some of his attacking play has been very good. So we're really pleased with that area of our game, and we need to see continual improvement in that.
Cool, that's great for me.
Hi, Mark. In terms of Bolton, how much of a lift do you think it gives them, the fact that they won 6-0 on Saturday?
I just think, look, it's similar to us. Consecutive wins is massive in this league when you're in the bottom half. So they've had, I think it's 3 on the bounce, that's just given them a really good platform to become confident. Obviously, that game was probably one that surprises people. 5,000 away fans there, 20,000 in the stadium. Sunderland going as well as they have been, makes it a bit of a shock result, and certainly a standout result at the weekend. There was 2 really high-scoring games in the league that catch your attention straight away when you read the results through. But watching the game back, they deserved it. They played very well. They've got some real attacking threat in the team, and when Sunderland dipped and lost their way in the game, they took full advantage of that. So I'm sure they'll be thrilled with their performance level. I'm sure they'll be confident, because they always are, and they play how they play, and they've got a belief in themselves. There's no doubt you hear that out of them. They say it often enough. They know what they are, and we have to be really aware of that and ready for that. But in our own way, we've got a decent confidence and a quiet belief in ourselves.
Injury-wise, are you expecting anyone to be in the squad tomorrow night that wasn't on Saturday?
Yeah, Liam O'Neill should be back involved tomorrow. So he's the one who will be coming back. but everybody else got through the game okay on the weekend.
And in terms of transfer deadline day, striker aside, are you looking to bring anyone else in at all, or do you think anyone else might leave?
Turn your phone off, Stephen. Nothing's happening here for the rest of the day.
No worries. And with Tom Dickens as well, he's gone out to Chelmsford City again. Why did you think now was the right time to send him back out on loan?
Well, it was going well. So we got him back because of the COVID issues that we had and the stretch that we had in the squad. So we needed that cover, really, and the rules have been good this year. They've allowed for that sort of extra dispensation that you can call someone back and loan them back to that club, which hasn't always been the case, or hasn't always been allowed. So for him, it's to continue what's been a good season for him there and playing regularly. So yeah, that was always a short-term thing that we needed him back around us in case of any sort of issues. Since then, we've brought Sam in. We know that Lloyd and Greg aren't miles away. We know Willow can play in there, and Liam Bennett can play at right back. So to have him just as a player to fill the bench if we need it, when he can be playing every week at that level, wouldn't be right for him. So the right line for him. He can go straight back into a club he's been doing well in and hopefully pick up where he left off.
Thanks, Mark.
Just on that, with regards to Tom, I mean, you're pleased with his development in general?
Yeah, definitely. He's training well. He's trained okay with us. I mean, I say training well. We haven't had a huge amount of training in that period of time, but Tom Pell, Pete Gill, Jimmy Unwin, Dom Knight, and all the academy guys are doing incredible work this year. Watching all the boys that are out on loan, pretty much the majority of games when our lads are away on loan at the moment get watched and get covered and get reported on. So that's excellent from our side that we're able to do that. And for him, he's made some good progress there. And I think the other thing to remember is a lot of these young players didn't play a lot of football last year for a lot of the season being suspended at that level. So it's been important for him to go and play games, and he continues to do that under Robbie Simpson, who we know well. So it's been a good loan for him, and he needs to go and get that repetitive action again to finish the season as strong as he's been going so far.
That's great. Thank you.